All right, what is going on, everybody? I'm currently recording in this little bit of tiny corner of a room because we have company staying over. But I wanted to get this video out because I said I would touch on it more after that reading mean comment video. And by the way, that was just a random idea I had, and I'm glad people liked it and responded well to it. And by the way, if you're wondering, yes, there's going to be a great 4th of July vlog coming up. That's all I'm going to show. That's all I'm going to show. But I might have went a little too crazy, man. I might have went a little too crazy and bought some fireworks. But anyway, I wanted to touch on this topic because I did say I would talk about it. And that topic is like why I'm happy I got bullied growing up. And talking about that, it doesn't really bother me. I don't really care anymore. But of course, I was like a tiny kid, tiniest kid. Nobody was smaller and super thin, whatever. And the thing is, like, I was always like switching different schools, right? Like, I didn't grow up to like totally different schools. But if I were to do it all over again, I would take the path that I took 100% of the time. And here's why. I grew up and I never really had any friends, right? But I remember there were specific times in my life where I think about all the time and I go, you know what? I'm really happy that happened. And here's the first one. So I was in middle school and I was in sixth grade. And this is my first time being in middle school. I was so scared because I was like, oh my God, I gotta go to the gym, I gotta shower. What am I gonna do? I'm freaking out, right? Like normal concerns. Everybody has that, I'm pretty sure. I remember one day, I was coming out of the locker room. There was this little alleyway by the side of the school. And I walked through that alleyway and I went into the locker room. I did my whole stuff at PE and everything. And then I was walking back out to the locker room. I'm sorry, I was walking back out to the alleyway. And I remember this kid and he was like, hey man, like I really like your pants. And I was like, oh, thank you, man. I appreciate it, you know? And a big kid, he looked scary, probably like an 8th grader. And he was like, all right, man, those are cool, man. You should wear those, man. I was like, all right, right on. A couple days later, I'm in the locker room again. And I just got out of PE, it's 7th period. And he comes up to me and he was like, hey man, give me those pants. I was like, what? What do you mean? He was like, I want your pants. This kid couldn't even fit in these pants. I don't know why he wanted my pants, right? This guy's a monster. I'm like this tiny kid. And I was like, what do you mean? You want me to give them to you? And he was like, give me your pants. I was like, all right. And I gave him my pants. And I walked around in shorts. And thank God it was only 7 periods. And then I left and I was like, wow. And this isn't the only clothes that he took from me. He took like a couple t-shirts. I remember like he took another pair of pants that I liked. And that only stuck out to me. Another moment is, I remember when I was in high school. And you know the meme of like, the popular kid pushes the nerd into the trash can? I remember, and I was a freshman, this dude must have been like 6'3". I remember one time he grabbed me, because I was in band, right? I was in my band clothes, dressed up, white shirt, collar bund, all that jazz. And he picked me up and he dumped me in the trash can. I was like, wait a second, what am I doing? But anyway, a lot of that stuff happened. And then as high school went on, it changed. After like my freshman year, I didn't get picked on anymore. But I'll never forget those experiences. And it's kind of strange because I kind of talked about this in the video, but I'm very thankful for those experiences because now as an adult, like this is the best time of my life because I feel like I went through Vietnam. Like I feel like I have PTSD from the stuff that I went to. And those two stories are very tame. That's the top of the top of the top of the mountain of like what happened. We can go way deeper and it'll be way worse, right? Like we're talking about, you know, getting rocks thrown at me, getting a knife pulled out of me, kids stealing my iPods, somebody putting a gun on me on the bus, somebody putting a knife on me on the bus, me getting robbed after school, me getting beat up after school, me getting, like there's a million stories we could go down. But those two stories weren't that bad, but they only stuck out to me because a lot of people say, you know, I'm really, really happy that, or no, I'm sorry, I'm really, really sad that like I miss my childhood. And for me, I don't miss my childhood like at all. That was the worst time of my life. There was nothing worse to me than a Sunday night because Sunday night I would sit in my room, just please let this night last forever because it's going to start a week of hell again. And Friday would come and I'd be like, oh, thank God. I never have to go again. I never have to go again. Thank God. And then the weekend would just zap by and I'd be right back there in the classroom running away, hoping these kids don't steal my pants. But anyway, the moral of the story, the whole point of the story is what I'm trying to say is that really helped me in the long run. Getting bullied like that and like getting picked on growing up, I really developed this like sort of thick skin, and I just didn't care, and things kind of rolled off my back. And those are skills that I still have to today. Like, and that's why it kind of came up like in the mean comment video, you know. And so I would honestly say, like, if I were to choose a path of getting bullied and not getting bullied, I would pick the getting bullied path every day. But with a caveat. Is it good for kids to be bullied and picked on? Absolutely not. And I'm happy we live in this era now where it's not cool to be a bully anymore. Like, I remember watching my sister go to school, and I would go to her plays and like things, and they would say like after, like before that, like, remember, bullying isn't cool. And all these anti-bullying campaigns were going on and all these things. And I was like, wow, like the world is actually really changing, right? Speaking of, another funny one is one time this kid, I just got GTA 4. I think it came out like in April, right, of like 2007 or 2008. And I remember it was 8th grade, and it was my 8th grade year, and it was late May. And I've only had the game for like a month. And I was talking to this kid. I was so happy to make a friend. And I was like, man, like I got GTA 4. It's so fun. And he's like, man, I wish I could try it. I'm poor, I don't have any money, and I just wish I could borrow it. I was like, dude, you want to borrow it? I was like, hell yeah, man, it's the last week of school. I'll give it back to you. Just give it back to me by like Tuesday. Meanwhile, school ends on Friday. Every day he would tell me, I forgot, man, I'll bring it tomorrow. Wednesday came, I forgot. Thursday came, I was like, please, dude, I really want it back. It's my favorite game. And he was like, when I get home, I'm gonna put it in my backpack. Don't worry. Of course that happened. I never saw him again, and he stole my game. So I turned into this person who was like super anxious, lack of trust, no confidence. It messed me up for like a couple years. I was just like, I didn't like anybody, I didn't like anything. To this day, I still like really have a hard time trusting people, honestly. But it did teach me something really important. And it taught me that the most important thing that matters is if you're happy, right? If you're okay with yourself. Because I get comments all the time. Like, I put this hat on sometimes, right? And they're like, bro, you look like a dork. You look like a Pokemon trainer. And it's like, you know what? I don't wear it for you. I don't care. I wear it because I like it. It's going to make me have a better day because I'm happy now. And that's the crazy thing, right? Like, once you reach that point, it's pure bliss. And this is what I'm most thankful for. Like, a million people can tell me a million different things. And it's like, you know what? Cool, I'm gonna wear mismatched socks today. Like, I wore Cheez-It socks yesterday to the capital of Little Rock. I'll wear mismatched socks. I'll wear a Cheez-It sock and Armando's face on my leg, and it's like, you know what? I like it. And that's the kind of the secret to life in a lot of ways is, and something that I was very fortunate to learn very early is, and I'm sorry, we're being like super serious. It's about to be July, man. It's one of the best holidays of the year, if not number one, but I just had to say this because I talked about it in my last video. One of the secrets to life is wear whatever you want to wear. Do whatever you want to do. Whatever makes you happy, you should do it. You want to wear it? Go ahead. You shouldn't be ashamed of wearing Walmart shoes or having different opinions or not being afraid to stick out. Do whatever you want to do. And one of the coolest people who I look to on YouTube is called Van City Van Life, aka Chrome. And his whole slogan is like, what's up, weirdos? I'm a weirdo. Dude's happy. And that's why. He discovered it. That's the secret. He discovered it. That's the secret. And yeah, so that's why I'm thankful. Just makes everything better. If you just don't care about what anybody thinks and just do what you want to do. Wear what you want to wear. Be who you want to be. And you'll find peace, man. You'll find inner happiness. But without further ado, let's not be this serious in the month of July. Peace. I'm Buck Reese, and let's go set off some fireworks.